let's start, as we have done for the last 100 weeks this season, with Coventry City at the top of the table. It was Southampton 1, Coventry 1. We had this one set up as a real fun, big kind of head-to-head game. Not necessarily head-to-head in the table, because Coventry have had head-to-heads, haven't they? We've had a first against second away game for Coventry twice, haven't we? And they've won both of them at Stoke and at Middlesbrough. But this was like an in-form Southampton coming strong, and a lot of people kind of looked upon this game as sort of more of an acid test, as, you know, maybe the game against Preston that Coventry played recently, who are actually in the top six. And I think Coventry are going to be happy with the point, given the red card and the way the second half played out. They got the lead. Efron Mason-Clark, who loves a big goal in a big game, doesn't he? He tends to pop up with those back-to-back goals for Mason-Clark. And then De Silva gets the red card, doesn't he, at the start of the second half. And then 18 shots to nil in the second half. So it was very much, look, 10 versus 11. Southampton, confident attacking team playing at home, get out of Dodge with a point. So I think if you're a Coventry fan, and we've spoken so much that term margin for error, they're giving themselves so much of that with that run of 11 wins in 12 games. You can absorb a little run like this. Is 5 points in 4 games for Coventry. But really, we've been tracking this, haven't we? Especially with Ipswich's defeat at Leicester last week, the automatic promotion gap just hasn't really changed, has it? It was 12 points at the start of the 3-game week. They've drawn here. It's down to an 11-point gap. So even though, I mean, it's slightly ridiculous to make an argument about Coventry trending down, because their points per game in that run of 11 wins and 12 was 2.75. So they had a ridiculously high bar. I mean, yeah, literally, objectively, it has dropped off to 1.25 over the last 5 games. But, as I say, plenty of margin for error and an absurdly high standard. And I think when you actually add the nuances in, we knew this was going to be a fairly tested month for Coventry, going to Preston. 2 games, another one coming up against Ipswich as well. Southampton away. If they get through all of these and they tick them off, and a 12-point promotion gap ends up being a 9-point promotion gap, and all these hard away games are gone, then, you know, it's just a part of the journey, which looks like a journey towards promotion, doesn't it? When you still see 48 points at 22 games. If they can win, who have they got next week? Swansea. So if they win that game, they'll be at the halfway point with the Boxing Day game with 51 points. So they'll be tracking for 100 points. So everything's still looking hunky-dory for Coventry. And the season has different tests, doesn't it? And this one was get out of Dodge with 10 men, don't lose. I love a bit of hanky-panky, WWE, whatever you want to call it, at the end there. And Frank Lampard did his equivalent of, you know, where he's laughing and then all of a sudden he's really serious. He kind of did the opposite of that, because he looked very amped up on the pitch. And then I watched the club interview, and they were like, what happened at the end there? Oh, nothing. Football's emotional, isn't it? Not answering that question. So, yeah. I suppose if you're a Coventry fan, you like to see your manager passionate, and yeah, the Lampard derangement syndrome has died down in the general conversation in the Championship, but I'm sure that'll wind up Frank's detractors, won't it?